Sit in a comfortable meditative posture with the legs crossed. Try to keep the spine straight. Rest the palms on the kneecaps. Relax the shoulders. Let the eyelids be gently closed. Relax all the facial muscles. Do not bite your lips. Let the lips be gently closed. Do not clench your teeth. Sit comfortably. If you're not comfortable in the sitting posture, you can lie down on your back at any point of time or in the very beginning itself and continue with the practice and go along with whatever I'm going to instruct you for the next couple of minutes. For a few minutes, observe the position, observe the body posture, becoming still. And try to stay still. Mentally observe the position of the spine, legs, arms. Mentally observe and become aware of how you're seated or how you're lying down. Mentally observe the position of the spine, the legs, arms, head. Complete awareness of the entire physical structure. If you still experience any kind of stiffness or tension any part of the body, just adjust your position or change the position of the leg or try to lengthen the spine. But try to maintain calmness and quietness of the body and the mind. Mentally prepare yourself for the practice. First, we'll start to bring the mind under control by freeing ourselves from the distractions. And secondly, we're going to willfully and consciously try to develop the awareness that is needed for us to internalize and touch the silence within. Say to yourself that you're practicing an art of silencing the mind for the next couple of minutes. By saying this to yourself, you're instructing your mind to stop moving towards external objects and you're centering the mind and the consciousness inside you. Do not try to analyze or think. But make every effort to intensely feel and experience the instructions, what I'm gonna give you, but be completely oblivious to everything around you. You and you alone exist right now. Completely forget everything else. There is nothing around you, there's nobody around you. Develop the sensation of completeness with your own self. There may be people next to you, there may be people in the next room, in the own house that you live in. But for the next couple of minutes, develop this feeling of being completely alone with your own self. Develop this feeling of solitude within you. Observe and connect to the inner person who's seated inside of you. Now within this inner solitude, become aware of the feeling of space. Let there be a total awareness of space within the body. Become aware of the feeling of stillness which pervades the whole body. Exhale, let go, surrender and accept yourself. Slowly start bringing your awareness to the region of the chest. Become aware of the space encompassed by the ribcage. This is what we call as Hridayakasha, the heart space. Observe the space between the sternum in the front and the spine in the back. Completely become aware of this heart space, Hridayakasha. Visualize and try to see this entire space from the diaphragm up to the shoulders. As you breathe in, feel the space expanding. And as you breathe out, feel this space contracting. Develop total awareness of the space contained within the chest, the heart space, the Hridayakasha. Try to connect, try to observe this infinite space of silence that is inside you, and try to experience the stillness that exists. Internalize the awareness towards the silence and the stillness that is encompassed within you. Move all your awareness towards the silence that exists, and naturally all the external disturbances starts to fall off. You will notice that all the external movement of the thoughts and the senses stops by time. Trying to internalize your awareness and move closer towards the silence and the stillness. Let the love for yourself flow in your entire being. Inculcate and enhance this feeling of self-love. With the complete awareness in the heart space, become aware of a tiny flame of light. See that flame of light internally. Observe this flame of golden light and intensify your awareness. Observe this flame of light within the heart space. And observe the expansion and the contraction of this space, synchronizing with the rhythmic process of inhalation and exhalation. Observe, connect to where you are, who you are, and surrender to yourself. Visualize this flame of light in the region of the heart. See it brighten and fade to a glow. Brighten and fade to a glow. Become aware of the pulsation of light. With each pulsation, the whole space, the heart space, momentarily fills up with light, and again the light resides to a glow. Experience the flame of light which explodes and implodes, filling your entire being with luminosity. And observe it. Visualize the flame of light. Feel the vibration. Feel the energy of strengthening your inner being. Develop the feeling of contentment. Develop the feeling of peace and happiness within you. Continue to be aware of the space in the heart. Become aware of the Hridayakasha, the heart space, by concentrating on the Anahata Chakra, what we call as the heart center or the heart chakra. Do not allow yourself to be distracted by the external sounds, external environment. Become aware of the feeling that exists right now within you, whatever it may be. It may be the feeling of silence, it may be the feeling of solitude, it may be a feeling of anxiety, worry, tension, any kind of feeling. Just completely become aware of what's happening inside you right now. Try to recognize what that feeling is. If it's a feeling of silence, become aware of it. If it's a feeling of anxiety, become aware of it. But do not get attached to it. Just observe it. It may be the feeling of responsibility. It may be one of those feelings of in the form of thoughts that's been eating you up for years and months together. Just recognize the feeling and see if you can see any color associated with that feeling. Give a color to your feeling. And see the Hridayakasha and see the entire heart space being filled with that color. When the feeling changes, which happens naturally and spontaneously, then you have to change the color consciously and willfully. That color should correspond to the feeling that you have right now. The feeling of anger can correspond to the color red. If you're feeling discomfort physically, if you're not feeling well, if you're very conscious of it, and the corresponding color in this case will be pale yellow. If you're completely free of all kinds of disturbances and thoughts, you see a white, blank screen in front of you. If there's a feeling of joy, happiness, or contentment, if there is a feeling of ego, pride, if there's a feeling of sadness, loss, or grief, recognize it, observe it. Whatever kind of feelings that you start to get during the process, try to associate a color and feel the entire body and the mind and your entire consciousness being filled with this color. Try not to get lost in the thoughts. Just give yourself enough time to recognize, consciously and willfully generate the corresponding color of awareness. The main objective here is not to analyze, but just become aware of it. Dispassionately observe. Dispassionately observe any kinds of thoughts that arise and just associate a color to it. Now try to invoke the feeling of love and try to experience the feeling of love with total intensity at your command, and observe the color which manifests naturally along with the feeling of intense love. Feel the love with total intensity in the heart. If you're wondering for whom or for what, then think about someone whom you love intensely. Think about something which can stir up this kind of feeling within you. Think of that, go deep into the intensity of feeling within you. Keep your mind aside, let the heart decide. Go through the awareness process. Experience and observe everything that is happening on the command of the Anahata Chakra, what we call as the heart chakra. Intensify this sensation of feeling and let that arise from the Anahata Chakra, the heart chakra. Create the feeling of silence and observe the silence and connect to the silence as if you're sitting in the depth of an ocean, deep inside the ocean. Be aware of the complete silence all around you. Become aware of the silence which pervades every part of your being. Try to experience the silence that one will experience if when seated deep inside an ocean. Try to visualize this. And observe the silence as if it is pervading every part of your being. Make Make every effort to experience this silence. Dive deep within yourself. Try to feel it. Feel yourself taking birth again. Try to face what you felt. Try to face what you felt back then with the same intensity. Go back in time. Observe, connect, and become one with yourself. Try to become aware of your earliest childhood memories. Recall the earliest memories that you can remember. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. Remember your earliest childhood memories and see the memory unfold in the form of a movie or in the form of a picture. Make sure it is the earliest one, the first one that you can remember. Become aware of the earliest childhood memory. Dispassionately observe as the event unfolds before your inner eye. Let there be no personal involvement. Just observe it, recall it, and go as far back as you can in your life and dispassionately observe it and let go of it. Now, analyze for yourself. You're going to observe and analyze this earliest memory of yours. What does it mean to you? Does it convey anything? Observe the emotion behind the memory. Become aware of what this memory taught you. Become aware of the feeling that was aroused because of this. Become aware of the words that you heard while recalling this memory of yours. Travel back in time, both body, mind, and soul. For whom do you have this memory? Is it for your friends, family, relatives? Who are the actors in this memory apart from yourself? What was the emotion behind it? And what was the feeling that you felt at that particular moment? And where did this happen? Become aware of it. Try not to allow any detail to escape your attention. With total awareness, be aware of every detail in relation to yourself. Whenever you feel yourself wandering, whenever you feel your awareness dissipating, focus yourself in the heart space. At any point of day, at any point in life, if you feel lost, if you feel like you have nowhere to go, no one to reach, focus yourself in this heart space to find the answers that you seek. And try to travel back in time to find all the answers that you seek. Intensify this feeling of love in the heart chakra, the anahata. Center your awareness and become aware of the heart space. And experience the infinite space pervading your whole body. Become aware of your physical body sitting in a meditative posture, or become aware of your body which is lying down. Feel the weight. Become aware of the position of the hands, legs. Slowly start to come out of the spirit of meditation. But become aware of this feeling of oneness. Become aware of this feeling of completeness that you have felt. Become aware of the silence and the calmness that you have touched. And try to maintain this throughout your day. And try to share this with everyone around you. Slowly start to extrovert your mind. Become aware of the room that you are seated in. Or become aware of the room that you're lying down in. Listen to the external sounds. And then become aware of the breathing process. Observe the breath as it flows in and out of the nostril. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and let go and surrender to yourself. Gently bring your palms in Namaskar Sthiti. Slowly lean forward and surrender to yourself. And slowly come up. Gently rub your palms one against each other. Feel the warmth on the eyelids. With a few blinks and a gentle smile. Slowly open your eyes.